Right from Malappuram to Mumbai, the hearts of Hamas backers seem to be bleeding, and not just for the innocents that have been butchered by them, but actually for the terrorists who pick arms in the garb of freedom. In one of India's most premier institutions, IIT Bombay, a webinar was organized by a Professor Sharmishta Saha. She was invited at the theatre artist and the filmmaker Sudhanva Deshpande to address the students. In a video that has been posted online by a few of the students, Sudhanva can be seen actually glorifying the terrorist Zakaria Zubeidi, one of the top leaders of the Aqsa Martyrs Brigade in the West Bank, as Sudhanva then goes on to call the terror attack as a freedom struggle, where after 46 years of dispossession of Palestinians, watch how the beheading of babies, kidnapping of women and mindless bloodshed was whitewashed as the name or in the garb of a freedom struggle.
In 2015, the first time I gone to Palestine, I've been there twice. On my first visit, I was lucky to meet Zakaria Zubeidi. And Zakaria at that time was in Kanapani said that, look, in order to have liberation, we need guns. We have to fight the occupation. It has to be an armed struggle. But if we don't have culture to go with the guns will turn on us. In other words, we will start killing each other if there's not culture with the guns. And this is something that I do want to emphasize, that the Palestinian struggle is a freedom struggle. And there has been no freedom struggle in the history of the world, in the history of colonialism, that has been entirely 100% non-violent. It has never happened. The Indian freedom struggle was not 100% non-violent, and so on and so forth. And I was struck by what an incredible vision this man who's been a militant fighter himself, who has taken part in the armed struggle, who's one of the legendary fighters of Palestine, of the freedom struggle there, and also one of the main characters in the film that you're going to be seeing.
So who exactly is Zakaria Zubeidi, whom Sudhanva has glorified as a visionary? He is from the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade, specializing in suicide bombings. The Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade claimed responsibility for the November 2002 terror attack in Bet Shean, where 6 civilians were murdered and killed. As far as Israel has now named Zubeidi as their prime suspect who planned the attack. This and other attacks, he was also allegedly involved as one of Israel's most wanted men in the West Bank. Zakaria Zubeidi is one of the 6 Palestinian prisoners who in September 2021 tunneled their way out of Gilboa, notorious high-security Israeli prison. Zubeidi, who was recaptured a few days later. And right after this address by Sudhanva, the students objected and confronted the Professor Saha. They asked that why IIT rules were being flouted and a political event was being held inside campus. They also asked why Kashmir Files was banned, but this film is being promoted. Watch this confrontation.
So the Kashmir file was not banned, but it was not still allowed to be shown here.
I don't know, because
IIT Bombay has guidelines that political events and political narratives cannot be shown here. And these guys
very famous theatre.
No. I'm not saying anything against him. I'm not saying anything against him.
Now, the students have filed a complaint with the police saying that Professor Saha misused her position to invite Sudhanva to glorify Palestinian terrorist Zakaria Zubeidi, and he also defended and glorified the armed rebellion. Zakaria, who is part of the Al-Aqsa designated terror outfit, and troubling consequences for academic integrity and safety of IIT. The discourse must be within responsible academic discussion only, and no political event should be held.
So the Kashmir file was not banned, but it was not still allowed to be shown here.
I don't know, because
IIT Bombay has guidelines that political events and political narratives cannot be shown here. And these guys
very famous theatre.
No. I'm not saying anything against him. I'm not saying anything against him.
Well, that was open terror justification taking place in the campus of IIT Bombay. With that